Hey guys, it is NCS Fan 001 here for a very unexpected trophy list analysis video. Today's game is Destroy All Humans Clone Carnage. So, this is not the Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed, which now actually has an official release date of, I want to say, August 10th of 2022. So, just a couple months from now. So, I am so ready for that. I cannot wait. That's going to be a day one purchase, play, stream the entire thing kind of game, most likely. But Clone Carnage is apparently a multiplayer game that's basically just a multiplayer DLC for the Destroy All Humans remaster, because it looks to be basically the exact same game modes as what was in that one. Well, not necessarily game modes, but you remember with Destroy All Humans, with that remaster, it had, those four types of challenges in it: the Abduction, the Armageddon, and a couple others. And this is basically a multiplayer version of those challenges. The game supports up to 4 players at a time online, and it also has local split-screen co-op. The game comes with a grand total of 39 trophies worth 1,305 points, 1 platinum, 4 golds, 9 silvers, 25 bronzes. I want to say the game actually released on May 31st, alongside the release date trailer for Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed. So it might already be out by the time this video goes up, but I heard nothing about it leading up to this, so this was a really big surprising release. So let's take a look at the list. Our Platinum Trophy is called Furon Perfect. Again, get all the other trophies, that's your typical Platinum Trophy. And of course, for those of you guys who are newer to this series, I'm looking at this primarily from the perspective of a trophy hunter. However, Destroy All Humans is a franchise that I love and know quite well, so hopefully I can provide a relatively good look at everything. So we have our gold trophies at the top of the list. We have Superior Genes, win first place in all versus challenges. So I don't know if that just means win every, game mode, or if there are actual challenges that we have to do and win. Maybe it's getting a gold medal, because I don't necessarily know how you win a challenge unless the challenge is an actual part of the multiplayer game modes or something. Or just, completing the challenges, but then again, you would think they would have said, complete all the challenges. Treasure Hunter, in abduction mode, find and abduct all special targets. That should be fairly easy with a guide, I would assume. Furon Veteran, complete 100 online matches. That's pretty self-explanatory. Teamwork is everything. Earn a 3-star rating on all local multiplayer co-op challenges. That concerns me, because I assume that by local multiplayer co-op challenges, you mean challenges that are going to be 2 controllers, as in, local couch co-op. That's what I'm reading there. I could be wrong, but that's sort of the first thing that comes to mind when I think of that, which could definitely be a major, serious issue, because I assume that if the challenges are as tricky as some of the ones from Destroy All Humans 1, then you might have to have both players playing equally as well, and that would mean that you wouldn't be able to do it with just 2 controllers. Also, by the way, this is a PS4 list. I don't know if this thing has a PS5 version or not. It has not appeared on PSN profiles at the time of this being recorded. Now we are on to the silver trophies. Newcomer, win 1 race in online multiplayer, simple enough. Counter Agent, on Turnip Seed Farm, abduct the agent in abduction mode. That one you might need a little guide for, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. Furon Officer, complete 50 online matches. That's pretty self-explanatory. Competitive Furon, complete all versus matches. So, that's another one that's worded kind of weird, complete all versus matches. So is it just a certain... Does that mean finishing every game mode on every map or something? Which I want to say that would mean there's 24, because I think there's 6 maps and 4 game modes. That's sort of what I'm reading out of that, but I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure on that, but that's going to be my assumption. Race Rookie, win a match in Armageddon mode, simple enough. Abduction Intermediate, win a match in Abduction mode. Again, simple enough. Phuronic Fury, win a match in Rampage mode. And by the way, from what I remember, racing is basically just like a typical sort of checkpoint race. Armageddon, I believe, was the mode where you got up in the saucer and you had to just deal as much damage to the city as possible. And those were usually the easiest challenges in each area. The Rampage, I think, has to do with killing certain types of characters or doing damage to certain objects within the main world that differs a little bit depending on the world that you're in, whereas Abduction is the one where you have to throw certain people or items into the saucer's abduction beam. Anti-air defense. Destroy the saucer once in Armageddon mode, so that should be probably not too difficult. And I say all this of these trophies not being too difficult in the context of boosting, but I'll get to that when we get to the end of the list. Creative choice of weapons. Kill another player using a chicken, presumably by PKing the chicken into their head. That's pretty solid idea for a trophy, and again, should be very easily boosted. Now we're down to our bronze trophies. Friendly Rampage. Complete a local match in Rampage mode. Should be simple enough, so these are just, complete the match, which is easy. Early Bird, be the first to board a UFO in Armageddon mode, so just wait till it spawns and rush toward it, unless it spawns in from the very beginning, in which case you just rush toward it anyway. Stunning Beauty, in an online multiplayer game, use psychokinesis to stun another player. That seems fairly simple. Regional Junior, finish an online match in race mode, easy enough. Wreak Havoc, finish an online match in Armageddon mode. Abduction Apprentice, finish an online match in Abduction mode. Rampage Rookie, finish an online match in Rampage mode. All those trophies are pretty self-explanatory, just finish a match in each game mode. Training Wheels, complete a local match in race mode. Apocalypse for Beginners, complete a local match in Armageddon mode. Abduction Rookie, complete a local match in Abduction mode. So those are all local multiplayer trophies, so for those, presumably, you would just need to plug in the second controller, as long as you have a second controller, and just play through it. It doesn't matter, who wins or loses, just complete it, which those will at least be easy enough as long as you have two controllers, which I assume most people do for PS4 at least. Supreme Firepower. Kill another player while controlling the UFO. That's probably something you would get naturally if you play a lot of the Armageddon mode. Airborne Furon. Fly 99.99 meters or more using the jetpack. I don't know if that means you need to fly 99.99 meters in a single flight or just in total. If it was in total, I would wonder if that was meant to be 9,999 instead of, 99.99. Either way, should be easy enough. You could just fly off the top of a large building and probably get it. Survival of the Fittest. Steal a score cube of a dead player. Don't know exactly what that entails, but that should be fairly simple. Probably like kill the player and then take whatever their scoring item is. Non-swimmer. Drown once in water. That's pretty self-explanatory because Furons can't swim. At least I don't think they could in any game. I'm 99% sure they never could in any of the games. Hot Delivery. Using psychokinesis, catch an incoming missile. That should be fairly easy. I think there was a trophy like that in Destroy All Humans 1. All Wits End. Get stunned by another player. Should be pretty simple. Probably would be natural. Perfect Combo. Kill another player in online multiplayer while they are stunned. Probably another one that would come naturally. Overpowered. Stun another player in online multiplayer while controlling the UFO. I'm not sure how you do that from the UFO, but that probably wouldn't be too terribly difficult. Ace up my sleeve. Use the Quantum Deconstructor. Makes me assume that you probably don't get a whole lot of shots for the Quantum Deconstructor, so it's probably meant to be a little bit rarer. At the 11th hour, reach the drone in race mode after another player has finished the course. That would probably come naturally while doing racing missions. Medic. Revive another player in online mode. Now, I was under the impression that it was 4 players all against one another, so that makes me think that maybe it can be teams of 2 or something. And now we're into our last few trophies. This is not a trash can. Throw the wrong object into the beam while in abduction mode. That's very simple. Bomber Squad. Kill 10 enemies with 1 shot of the ion detonator. The fact that it specifies enemies could be a little bit trickier because, the ion detonator was good in the original Destroy All Humans, but it could be a little bit tricky to get maybe 10 all at once. Reckless. Reach a total player death count of 10 in one match. I feel like if the matches are short, that's one you would almost have to try for, but should be simple enough. And finally, all natural. Play an online match without any upgrades. That should be pretty... That's probably going to be like the first trophy you get in the game, actually. That's probably basically unmissable. So, looking at this trophy list, it doesn't seem like it would be too difficult for the most part if you can boost. I'm going to assume that you can boost the game. I'm going to assume you can do it in like private matches or something, and you should be able to boost everything. Because all the trophies seem completely boostable, you know, win each type of game mode, play 100 total, which you could probably get fairly easily, but like just play and win every type of game mode, do some various, you know, combat specific trophies, which you should be able to do with like one other person. It looks like some of these should be doable in either local co-op or online multiplayer, so some of them should be doable just with 2 controllers instead of having to go into the actual online. But my assumption is that this probably will be pretty heavily boostable. Now, my questioning comes mainly from a couple of the gold trophies, namely the win first place in all versus challenges. Again, I don't necessarily know what that means. Does that mean, you know, win each, you know, game mode on every map? Does that mean complete a bunch of online challenges or something? I don't know specifically what that means. And then the teamwork is everything, the 3-star rating on all local multiplayer co-op challenges. That one definitely concerns me a little bit because my assumption is that it means that both you and your partner have to play the game relatively well in order to get to the 3-star ranking, which would mean you would need a second player. You wouldn't just be able to AFK the second controller. But if you can just AFK with a second controller, then that one shouldn't be too terribly difficult. So I'm going to go ahead and give this game out the gate like a 4 out of 10 in difficulty, but that is, of course, assuming that everything can be boosted. If it can't all be boosted, then that's probably going to jump up a little bit. And it could also be a little bit lower if you can do those 3-star ratings, you know, if they don't actually really require a second active player, or if all those versus challenges aren't as difficult as I'm thinking they could be. I would think that if you boost, most of this platinum could be done in like 10 hours or something. But then, of course, there is the 100 online matches, which would definitely take a bit longer unless there's a certain type of match that's really short. So yeah, that is my ideas and visuals for this particular trophy list. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, because I was definitely surprised to see this one pop up. I had no idea that this was actually like gonna be a thing. So yeah, just let me know what you guys think in the comments about this, or if you've played it so far. I will pick the game up at some point. It's only like $13, although I might just go ahead and pre-order Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed, but I'm kind of holding out to see if they release like a special edition the way they did for the first one. So yep, that's going to be it. Please like, favorite, share, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys back here for the next video.